Let's rewind back 2 years. The last time I was in Boston was March of 2020. I was a senior in college, enjoying my time on campus, when a week before spring break, COVID arrived to Boston. We got an email from the college asking us to move out of our dorms in 5 days, aka get the out. This is the dorm I lived in. This is what the dorm looks like during move-out week.
Lisa, questions about academics and then the logistics of having to leave campus so quickly.
I finally hit it.
A frantic plane ride back from Boston later, I suddenly found myself back in my parents' house, in my old teenage bedroom, taking Zoom classes and super bored, as the pandemic kept people indoors. Little did we know that the pandemic would continue for over a year. I found myself with a lot of free time on my hands. Having a bit of a type A personality, I resolved to fill it all up. If I wasn't going to be able to go to events and do social activities, I was going to work double as hard with that time. I started working from the minute I woke up to the late hours before I went to sleep. I was constantly working, editing a video, or trying to learn something new for YouTube. It was great. I explored my passions. I started the YouTube channel I had always thought about but never got around to starting, and I learned a lot. This driven mentality had some benefits, and I accomplished many things during the past couple of years. I created a motor learning application prototype. I started a new job at a martial arts studio. I worked my way up to green belt in a new martial arts style. I started a YouTube channel and built it up to 100K subscribers. I started songwriting and even released my own music. I got into weightlifting and put myself into a little bit better shape. Last but not least, I learned so many new skills. Does it seem like I'm bragging a little? Does it seem like a lot? Yes, maybe. On the outside, it might seem like I used my COVID time to the maximum potential. Part of that is true. I did work my ass off, but that wasn't the entire story. January 2022. It's been about a year and a half since I've been working and building up my side projects. I haven't gone on a single vacation. In January, some of my college friends asked me to go to Disney World, and I said yes. This was going to finally be a super fun trip. The first vacation I'd taken since 2019, and I had done a good job of avoiding COVID for the past 20 months. As luck might not have it, 2 days before the Disney trip, I got COVID and I couldn't go. What incredibly bad timing. That's when it hit me. For the first time in my entire life, I felt stuck, and I always felt like I had to be doing something. A lot of people felt burned out by the pandemic early, maybe 2020 or even 2021, but I think I was hit later than most. The resurgence of Omicron in late 2021 and the impeccable timing of getting COVID before my first real attempt at relaxation was the final straw. I guess these things had been eating away at me slowly since 2020, and the irony is, I thought I was totally fine. I was basically this me, but I didn't realize there were flames burning around me. I didn't even realize it because I was masking it up with more and more and more work, essentially plowing through it. For a short while, constantly working without real relaxation or hanging out with friends would have been fine, but the flames over so many months were eating at me. Yes, in many ways, I do realize I was one of the lucky ones. I had a home and a roof over my head, but in my subjective viewpoint, I was stressed out. I wanted to create something, but I do think it's harder to get something started off the ground during the pandemic, like I was, with no guidance, than it is to adapt as an established entity already. For the first time since the pandemic started, I took a break for a few weeks to figure things out. Pretty quickly, I realized the answer was very simple. I had to chill. I started hanging out with my friends more. I scheduled in things that I did just for my enjoyment. I set a time when I would stop working for the day. The change was almost immediate, especially with the change of giving more time to chill out and be silly with friends. I could almost physically feel my life come back. I realized I could maintain a high ambition while also relaxing. Yes, we work and hopefully we enjoy our work, but sometimes that doesn't have to be our sole identity. We work to enjoy life. The main goal should be to enjoy life. It's so interesting. This is something that I intuitively knew and had always advocated for during my school years. But sometime during the lengthy era of the pandemic, I had forgotten this. This is what I'm going to do during this graduation ceremony. I'm going to celebrate my accomplishments, and the hardships, and most importantly, the friends I made along the journey. I've changed a lot since freshman year of college and through the pandemic. I'm not the same person at all, but one thing I know for sure, my love for y'all, my subscribers, my friends, and for all the people in this world that know kindness, laughter, and love, that is what fuels and drives everything I do. The next 30 seconds are for y'all. 2 years later, Harvard invited us back to make a graduation. I attended. It was surreal to be back on campus 2 years after our frantic move out, and it was great to see my school friends after such a long time apart. I think a part of me needed this sense of closure, to not only celebrate the achievement of higher education and have it be placed as a concrete memory in my mind, but to celebrate the lessons I've learned in the past 2 years as well. It's funny how so many years can change a person, waxing and waning them through the highs and lows, but it's kind of cool to see that my core values have stayed steadfast. I don't have everything figured out. I will continue to make mistakes. There will be more and more ups and downs. I will most likely fail more often than I succeed. But this video is also a permission for me to dream big, reach for things that seem beyond my reach, and try things I've never done before. Because I found that the only times I've grown and succeeded most memorably in life is when I dove headfirst into something that could be seen as a complete failure to many. So here's to that next step.
Smile a little wider, love a little deeper, and dream a little bigger. Congratulations, class.